Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Fatal Frame 2. I'm your host, CPC Gamer, and in the last episode, I forgot about a bunch of cool stuff in this episode. This room, and I didn't show it off to you. Some Type 90 film in that chest of drawers. And there's some medicine in this chest of drawers, which I choose to use at this point. I'll grant you I'm not mortally wounded, but there's a particularly bothersome fight through this door, and I would kind of prefer to be at full health for it. I like how she's confused about one person being in two places at once, even though she herself is a twin. So this is Akane and Azame Kiryu. Or... well, no. One of them is Akane Kiryu, and the other is Azame Kiryu's evil robot clone. And I'll be honest with you, I would query what kind of 1868 country was able to create fully functional androids, but Japan, am I right? So the annoying thing about this fight is that you're actually fighting, well, as you've seen, two enemies at once. The only trouble is one of them is completely invulnerable, and the game doesn't actually give you any indication as to which is which. In the previous version of this game, the PS2 release, you could tell because you hear how the reticle is shrieking. It only did that when you were focused on the actual ghost. Akane? When you focus on the robot, it didn't actually do anything. And, well, how about that? The first time I did this fight, well, the first time I tried to record this fight, that was take 3. First couple of times, it took me about 5-10 minutes, and I thought, you know what, I'm not actually going to use this. I'm not going to have 10 minutes of me completely failing to kill a ghost. So I started over. I am so glad it went very quickly that time. Going through this room, we come full circle to the projector room. And it's kind of a creepy thing to me that the reel that we set going is still going. Now we're going to swap it out and we're going to watch film reel 3, I believe is the one that we found not too long ago. Oh hey! It's a version of the cutscene that we saw not too long ago. You remember back then, when this game was fun, and without the threat of death at every turn? I do. Man, there were some good times. Okay. Now we're gonna go through this red door. Okay. Now I am absolutely horrified. Seriously, what is with this game and evil freaky dolls? Seriously now. So, for those of you who don't know, I write stories on occasion. I don't want to say I am a writer because that sounds incredibly pretentious and kind of like I'm full of myself, but... there we go. But I mean, I have been known to put words after one another in order to convey fictional ideas and whatnot. Anyways, one of the stories that I have come up with that I haven't written yet, but kind of want to, it concerns a humble doll maker going by the name of Herman. I think it's Herr Herman Crouch is going to be the guy's name. And the story goes that Herman makes the most realistic dolls you have ever seen. And each one has their own elaborate backstory as well. They've got their own likes, dislikes, hates, hopes, fears, all of that stuff. So eventually Herman goes on a date with some woman. I haven't decided if she's going to be important to the plot or the overall canon of my stories yet. Anyway, he goes on a date, and when he gets her home, the dolls turn as one to greet the couple, and Herman picks his girlfriend off the floor, dusts her cheek off, and sets her on the shelf with the rest of the patchwork dolls. I suppose you really don't need to read the full story now that I've gone and told you the whole thing anyways. Now, you can hear a ghost talking, which I'm talking over like that one jackass in the cinema. This ghost will stick around for quite a while because it's really hard to find him. And when you do find him, jibbly 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 jibbly. Okay, seriously, when I first saw that guy, he was staring right at me, and I got a horrific jump out of it. Speaking of madness mantras, that's an okay one, but speaking personally, I prefer 2x2 Hands of Blue. But hey, whatever works for you, crazy diarist. Having snapped the fellow in the opposite room, we can actually go through the door because, well, now the door's unlocked. Hey? Okay, I have never seen that happen before. Although, sort of a funny story about that, this game, after this point, I don't know whether it's something not quite right with the game, or it's something that hasn't been patched properly on my 360 or whatever. The game loves to spawn Akane and just have her stood around, not doing much. Oh hey, we also have a fantastic 1975 blaxploitation movie starring Rudy Ray Moore and his all-girl army of kung fu killers. Or, you know, it's a lump of calcium magnesium carbonate which contains a little bit of plot. Okay, now I'm genuinely getting a little bit scared of this game because it's throwing all kinds of things at me that I have honestly never seen before. And you know what? I'm going to go and save my game because I'm not going to do that twin fight again. I'm certainly never going to do it again that quickly. We are pushing 10 minutes, but you know what? I think we're going to keep going for a short while. Mainly because, well, you might recall a couple of episodes ago I said that I was going to explain to you why it is I've not been too good with this batch of videos. And the answer is that as of late I've been completely unable to sleep. Like, I'll get into bed and usually my heart will... And again, did anybody else just see her stood right next to me? But like, yeah. I'll be trying to sleep and my heart will just pipe up and start saying stuff to me. It'll be like, oh, the square of the hypotenuse of any right-angled triangle is equal to the sum of the square on the other two sides. And then my brain will go, well, yes, that is technically speaking correct, but I'm the one that thinks. And then my heart says, oh, sorry, but hey, at least I'm better than that other guy, right? And then my dick goes, hey, you guys! A lot of internal conflict between my organs, you know? Although with that said, I saw The Goonies recently, and I can't honestly say as I rated that much. It just wasn't all that good to me, you know? I think Data nailed it at one point when he said, I'm sick of falling and screaming or something like that. Although I have taken to calling fat people chunk when I see them. That's kind of fun. Okay, that is nightmarish, and I'm going to stop the video now, and much like before, go into the next room and scream about something entirely unrelated. See you next time, folks!